Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am here to do a weekly budget check-in. I never used to do them. I'm changing my whole, well, not my whole budgeting system, but my budgeting system, I'm sort of mix and matching some stuff, and I've never done weekly check-ins before, but I thought I would try it to see if it held me more accountable for what we're actually spending in the week. So I have my budget book, which is a planner from Happy Planner. It's a classic size, it's the Stargazer. It's a 2020 planner, so I printed off calendars from Annie Plan's printables. And so I tried the weekly check-in last week. I didn't film it. I'm just gonna move my purse and my Hobonichi week because I need both of those. Yeah, I tried using it, doing a weekly check-in last week, and I'm not sure I like it like this. So I am just checking in on cash spending and my cashless cash envelopes, and I had sort of joined them up so you can see that kids is fun and activities, food is eat out and groceries, home is fuel and household, misc is my beauty, and pets is food. I think I'm going to change this. I think I'm actually going to track every single category, but I'm going to try it like this again for this week. I can lift up these stickers. They are removable, so I could do them all, but I think I'm just gonna, am I gonna do it this way? I don't know, but I think I'm gonna try just mixing it like this. So, okay, so here is my November budget. So what I do every morning, I go on my internet banking and I write down any transactions that have come out, and that's what I write in this little notebook. If it's a bill, I would mark down, so for example, our HP ink was £7.99, I budgeted £8, so we were a penny in the black. If it's over, like this one was normally 60 and it was 64.30, so it was 4.30 over, I do that in red pen. And I do that for all of the bills. So I used to write down everything, cash, banking, everything in my transactions page. I don't do that now. If it's a bill, I just write it down here, what came out, what actually came out, and the variance. If it's from a sinking fund, I write it down here as a transaction from a sinking fund. So I have had a couple of those since I started my budget. And then any other transactions, so essentially it means they're unbudgeted, I put it through here. I just write it down in here. There's some income, mostly outgoings, and I do have the category that it's going to be from. Covered means how am I covering it, and some of them you can see I haven't written down yet, but I am actually covering those from my Etsy because I am actually getting a payment this week from Etsy, which I haven't even listed in my miscellaneous income because I wasn't expecting to open my Etsy shop. I hadn't 100% decided, but I did. So as for cash transactions, when I spend out of one of my cash envelopes, I write it down in here in my Hobonichi weeks. I do track it on the little insert, but I don't write any details, I just write the figures there. So that's just essentially is just to tell me what's in the envelope rather than what the actual transaction is. So these are all my transactions. If it has a little tick, that means I've already stuck the stickers down. And I have actually written stickers for the rest of them. So I have these budgeting stickers. These are my bills. I have different icons for different bills. I'm thinking about changing them as well so that there's an amount or maybe the name of what the bill is. And then I have my bill trackers. So I'm going to go ahead and put them down first. So I need my little book. So we're starting on the 4th. So I'm just going to go to my little sheet here. I already stuck my bills down for the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. So I'm just going to do transactions. I'll actually, you know what? I'm going to do my bills and then cash transactions. So on the 4th, I did have EE, which is my husband's phone. The TV is for his wrestling channel he subscribes to, and the movie one is for Netflix. The 5th I had council tax, so that's a house. The 6th I had my mobile phone and a WWE subscription. The 7th I had Marks and Spencer's pet insurance, which is dog insurance. Capital One is a debt. Apple, I don't know what that's for yet, so I need to work that out. The 8th, there were no bills, and there's no other bills come off since then. I am filming this on the 11th, by the way. So there's nothing else come off since then. So then I'm going to go back to the cash one, and I'm going to look at my transactions. So I have already written them just to make it a little bit easier. So let's turn this over. On the 4th, I had to spend Tesco's, which is food. And it was $8.75. This wasn't a cash transaction, but it came out of my cashless cash envelope. So that's if my husband goes to the shop for me. Amazon, and that was for descaler tablets for the Tassimo. I'm putting that under food because I took it out of my food one, but I'm thinking it should have come out of my budget one. Actually, it should be a household expense. So home is dark red. I'm going to change that to a household expense. So that's Amazon $5.99 on the 4th. Then on the 5th, we had goat food. So that is a pet transaction. We have got 3 pygmy goats and a sheep. And I used to get their food on Subscribe and Save, but I found a different place to buy it and it's cheaper. And there was also a spend for myself, which was from Muji, which was for pens. Now I've written $8.95, but that should actually say 10 because I took £10 out of my envelope to cover it. I'm going to write $8.95 here because that's how I know what comes out of the bank account, but I took £10 out of my personal envelope to cover that. So on the 6th we had this Tesco's transaction, which is for dog food. And I also went to Tesco's and bought food, so that's a £10 transaction. I feel like I'm not going to have any no spend days this week. Not going to have any no spend days for a while, I think. Okay, then on the 7th, I went out for a meal. So that is from my personal fun money. I met a couple of friends for lunch. And I took it out of there. On the 8th, we have another Tesco transaction. So on a Friday, I do our big shop for the week. So that was what was on the 8th, which is £125. And then we also had a Tesco's household transaction, which is things like nappies, laundry detergent, those sort of things. And we also had takeaway pizza for dinner, which I do meal plan in takeaway once a week, which is pretty good for us because we used to eat it a lot more. And that was £40. On the 9th, we took the kids out to Smith's toy store. So my eldest had some birthday money to spend, but the littler two didn't have any money. So we took that out of their money. So that's their fun money. They were supposed to have play scheme, which would have been a kids activity, but that was actually cancelled. And we also went to Asda. Now, we went to Asda, but my husband forgot to give me the receipt. So I don't actually know how much it was for. And it hasn't come out of our bank account yet. So I can't put an amount. So I'm just going to put the box there ready for when I have an amount. And we also went to Home Bargains. Again, I don't have an amount for that, so that's going to be different. It's going to be annoying, isn't it, for our for my actual cash check-in. But I will add the amounts for those later. Then on the 10th, which was the Sunday, I bought some goodies at Happy Scrappy. I'm putting this as my fun, but I haven't actually taken it out of my fun money yet. But it was £17.21. And we also had a transaction at Tesco's, which was £6.85. That was on the 11th, sorry. £6.85. Today, I took £10 out of the envelope to cover that, and I just put the change in my purse. So that's all of our transactions that I had written in my Hobonichi weeks. So this is why I think I'm going to change our weekly check-in, because like some of those figures I didn't have the right money for, and I'm just not sure I like breaking up the categories like that. But I'm going to try it for just now. I'll try it for one more week, and then I will see if I want to change my mind, which honestly I think I will. So from the 4th to the 5th, pets is blue, so we did have £20.14 spent on them. I didn't have any miscellaneous transactions. I had a couple of home ones. I have my calculator, but I don't know how much Home Bargains was. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it and not count the Home Bargains, I think. That's going to be annoying though. I'm going to leave my home and my, no I'm not. I'm going to add them up for now. And I'm going to put in brackets HB for Home Bargains, because I know I haven't included Home Bargains in that. And then food, I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to add up what I know we spent. And I'm going to write Asda in next to it. Because I haven't included the Asda. What I think I might do is put a little checkbox like on the left hand side, and then I can mark them off when I've actually done them in my tracker. So kids, we only had one, and that was 40. And then I had some transactions, so there was Muji, which I'm counting as 10 because I took £10 out. Happy Scrappy, also not going to do that one. So £25 for me. And I'm going to put an H and an S to show I haven't tracked Happy Scrappy. Okay, so remaining in my envelope was 80 and I spent 25, so I should have 55 remaining. 105 was in the kids and we spent 40, so we should have 65. 566 and 65 pence. Minus 193.75. Whoa. So we should have 372.90. Except we won't, because there will be, although the cash transactions haven't actually come off the bank yet. 32.66 left in home. Miscellaneous, which is just my beauty envelope, should have 125, I think it was. Yep, it's got 125. And pets, which was their food, which had 40. But I took the goat food out of the household. I'm not going to put a remaining for that because I do understand. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to change the way I do my weekly check-in. I like it. I like being able to look and double check that I'm spending what I think I'm going to spend. So I do have 55 left in there. The kids have got 35 left in that one and 30 left. So they've actually got 65. Yeah. I'm not going to check the food. I'm not going to check the home. I'm not going to check the miscellaneous. So yeah, I think I'm going to change the way I do my weekly check-ins. I think I'm going to do every envelope separately instead, because I don't like adding them together. It's too confusing. So I'm going to do all my envelopes, including my cashless envelopes. So next week I'm going to move this and I'm going to try doing it separately. And I'm also going to add in a little box here to check off when I've tracked it. So the last thing I do is go through. If I've crossed something off, it means I've written it down. So £8.74 in the 4th. So I've crossed all of these off. This one I don't know what it is, so I'm gonna ask my husband. I think it was one of my children on Roblox, to be honest. So Muji, I have done that one. I have done Milbury because that is the goat food. I've done Amazon for $5.99. Apple, again, I'm not sure who that was. A child, probably. And then on the 8th, so I'm going to write these transactions down. The 8th of the 11th, I had PayPal, which was me. And it was some stuff off Facebook Marketplace. And so I've done that. Amazon, I have actually already written that down. So that was from a sinking fund, which is just here, Amazon and cash. So there's £35 to Amazon and £25 out in cash. I am getting a dash cam fitted. A friend of mine fits them. Well, her partner fits them and he's fitting it for me for a bargain price. Tesco, $15.19. I think we tracked that one already. No. So that must have been my husband. So I need to put that through my grocery one. I do have it, look, here we go. So that is another food, which was my husband. See, so that's my tracking out of whack already. Yeah, I'm definitely going to track all my categories separately. I may well keep the same colors. No, I'll need different colors as well. Yeah, definitely going to start tracking weekly check-in on my envelopes separately. So I've done that one. PayPal on the 10th. Again, that was me. I'm not entirely sure what that was for. I will need to check what that was for. And then I paid cash in, which was the cash from the envelopes that I would take out to cover other things. So say I, like my Muji purchase, I took the money out of my cash envelope and paid it in. So I'm not going to track that anywhere because I'm technically already tracking it. So I'm going to change my weekly check-in. I can't do it when the categories are all together. I just can't. My brain won't work that way. So I didn't actually write down the amount. Yeah, I can't do it when the categories are all together. So I'm going to change that. I need to add in, next month I'll need to add in a section for Etsy. I'm not including Etsy apart from, I'm going to take out like expenses first and then give myself whatever's left over. I've done all the bills that have come out and I've tracked them all. Yeah, definitely need, this page is what I'm looking at, it's what I'm trying to figure out, like it's what technically I suppose it would be unbudgeted category, so that needs to be sorted. And then the weekly check-in, I can't check in all my envelopes at the same time like that I need to do it individual envelopes. But I do like having to check and make sure I've got the right amount in my envelopes, the right amount in my tracked in my cashless envelope system. So that is at the back here, which is for groceries and household. That is going to change next month too. So doing these weekly check-ins is making me see things that I need to change. I need to change our weekly check-in, how I do it. I can't join categories. And I also need to change our household budget. So we used to get Amazon Subscribe and Save, which was goat food, toilet roll, laundry powder, nappies, all that sort of stuff. But then the prices were really fluctuate, and our goat food wasn't going to get shipped for like 3 months. It was really confusing. So I stopped our Subscribe and Save, and instead I just put it all in one category. But what I'm going to do is split that. So I'm going to work out how much we need each month for nappies, how much we need each month for extra pet food, and then miscellaneous, which would be household. So I'm going to split that up again. So I'll have a couple of cashless envelopes. Nappies I'm going to do in cash because I now buy them in cash. So I'm going to change it for sure. But that's it. That is as good as you're going to get from me this week. Like I've said before, I'm not new to budgeting. I have been budgeting for a really long time. But I like to change up my system, because I find if I leave it the same, it gets stagnant and I get bored and I don't bother looking at it. This way, also excuse the dog snoring in the background, she's old. This way, I feel like the more complicated it is, the more I pay attention to it, and this is helping me do that. So I like this, I do really like it, just need to change my stickers for some more categories, and then that'll help with the weekly check-in. And then my unbudgeted essentially is my transactions, which the bonus income should cover that, because some are going to be business. So again, they're not really unbudgeted. I need to actually put a line in my budget for business expenses. So if anyone has any questions, please ask them down below, or you can find me on Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram name just here. And I do just want to say, guys, I'm learning along with you. This is helping me. If it helps you, I hope it does. But we're all just learning. Nobody is perfect at budgeting, ever. Otherwise there wouldn't be a need for it. So yeah, I have my cash envelopes, my budget binder. I am good to go for another week. And next week, when I do, and I've actually just, yeah, next week when I do my check-in, I'll try it a different way. And we'll see how that goes instead. Okay. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Bye.